Good morning and welcome back to Dan's Pro Shop, where everything's made up and the instructions don't matter. That's right, just like those terms and conditions that you scroll all the way to the bottom and click accept. Who knows what that says? Today, we're talking about gaskets and making them. It is a super valuable skill because many times you run across something that you can't get a gasket for and you got to make it. So let's go over the basics and how to do that and see how you can do it for yourself. So this may be rough, quick, and dirty, but for example, this is going to work out just fine. What I have here is just a stock piece of Buna rubber. Buy this by the roll at McMaster-Carr or wherever. This is a good stuff to have around. 1/8 inch thick. I use this primarily for doors and anything on a hydraulic tank because it's impervious to petroleum stuff. So this is really good. Let's just say this chunk of steel here is a door for a hydraulic system that I need to seal off. So first things first, take you a chunk and try to line it up with the corner so you don't waste so much material. You take you a Sharpie, whatever, mark out what you have. Mark your hole. Once you have everything marked out, get yourself a straight edge and a razor blade. I know this seems pretty straightforward, but having good, straight, crispy lines on your gasket will greatly improve the outcome of your finished product. So once we have our basic shape cut out, we need to deal with this hole, and there is a good professional way to handle that. Allow me to introduce a hole punch kit. These things are made specifically for what we're doing here. This kit comes with a handle that accepts a bunch of different adapters for all different size holes. And this guy here, I just added this to knock out the chunks afterward. So we have a hole here that we need to match up relatively close to whatever we're doing. So you just find the one that's closest to your hole size and connect it to the adapter. This is a little cam lock. It slides on there and just snugs up. That's all it is. It's about a quarter turn and it locks on. Good to go. Take your gasket material, line up your punch best you can with the hole, give her a whack. Check that out. Perfect hole every time. You don't need to clean it up. You don't got to mess around with a razor blade or scissors. It's just awesome. Now once you have this all set, line it up with your part and check that out. See how easy this is? It's not that complicated to make your own gaskets. But let's say I have some thicker, weird material that this kit wouldn't exactly work for. How do you go about doing something like this? Well, friends, I've found a super unique way to get around to making custom hole sizes for gaskets. Heck, even just punching holes in anything with a low durometer. Take yourself a pipe nipple, anything that is the OD that you want, really. Put this thing in the lathe and chamfer the edge of it. Make your own die. Check that out. This is the stock end. This is the end that I sharpened in the lathe. Take this guy over to your press, or if you're good with a hammer, press that right through your gasket material and it leaves you with a nice hole just like this. So now that we're over here at the press, let's briefly go over what that would look like. Once you have the height of your deck where you want it, take your gasket material and the piece that you just made, go ahead and set everything up. Line everything up in your press, make sure she's good to go, and start squeezing. This is super effective And not to mention, it's actually pretty satisfying whenever that die punches through your material. Release it, and you have a perfect hole. And as an added bonus, you got this little cutout thing that you can like put under legs and furniture and stuff. They're just cool to have. This is a super handy little life trick that I find myself doing more often than not. And trust me, your boss is really going to love you whenever you tell him you don't have to wait till next week to get a factory gasket. We got a whole roll of this stuff in the shop. I can just make my own and get that machine running by lunchtime. This is a valuable skill to have in your toolbox. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time.